a correction of the last 2 years, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that the fundamentals of the economy are strong. The growth is back, the recovery is strong, and we are seeing this growth in every sector, and as a result, salary increases across all sectors, not only to a few. And yes, you can't ignore the fact that a lot of this is being driven by the new age companies. So e-commerce companies, startups, IT companies, their increments are in high double digit. So that's also leading to a very, very strong impact on the overall numbers.
So Rupak, let's get down to specifics, right? So when we talk about these new age companies, the tech companies, the startups, which are of course, backed by serious capital now, they've been one of the biggest beneficiaries of the easy money era as well, right? Since the outbreak of COVID-19. How fat will the paychecks get? How much fatter will the paychecks get? What kind of increments? What do you mean by high double digits?
So we're talking about, when you're talking about an India average of 9.9% projected, the increments for these startup companies, which include, sorry, not startup, but new age companies, which include startups, include e-commerce companies and tech companies, is 12.9%. So almost 3% higher than the India average. So that is the kind of increments on an average that new age companies can expect. Now, there is a little bit more flavor to this, right? If you add to the fact that for the top performers in these companies, the multiplier is actually higher than what is for India Inc. So 1.8x. So a top rater in a new age company can get 1.8 times of a number of 12.9, so which itself translates into a much higher number. So 3% above the India average is what an average employee can get in the new age company. But if you're a top rater, it can get even double of that.
And would this be excluding perks that startups have been found to be giving, whether, it is super bikes, whether it is pet insurance, cars, fancy gadgets?
Yes. So see, those are more ad hoc and are more discretionary, which are given by certain companies. You really can't call that as a norm, and it's not that companies are not giving it. But when we track our compensation numbers, we are talking about what's measurable in in clearly fixed pay. So when we are talking about a 12.9% average increase for the new age companies, we are talking purely about fixed pay. We're not including any variable pay or bonus. We're not including any stock, and we're not including any perks or benefits which get added on top of this. This is purely the fixed salary.
All right, and that was a very interesting conversation that Nayanthara and I was having with Aon on that survey on the increment, that the salary increments in India will be touching a 5-year high of 9.9% in this year. So yes, something for a lot of us to cheer about. But we're totally out of time on this edition of the Newsroom. But before we wind down, take a look at what the markets are doing. Nifty right now at the day's highest point. So that's where we are shutting shop for Newsroom. It's a goodbye from Winnie, myself and the team that put the show together. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. Closing trades coming up next.
बाकी सब बाद में, पहले सुन मेरी बात रे।
लाइफ के टेढ़े मेढ़े रोड पे होंगी चुनौतियां हर एक मोड़ पे,
बट हमने कभी ना फिक्र की, पर हमने कभी ना फिक्र की, क्योंकि हमने पहले ले ली LIC।
स्मार्ट लोगों की क्लियर है प्रायोरिटी, बाकी सब बाद में, पहले LIC।
तो भैया टैक्स सीजन आते ही मौसा के फूफा से, पापा के बचपन के दोस्त से, ऑफिस वाले बेस्ट फ्रेंड से और बेस्ट फ्रेंड की स्मार्ट दीदी से सबसे राय तो ले ली, लेकिन इन सब